Mr. Ridley.
Madam Chair and distinguished members of the committee, my name is Gary Ridley. I am the Director of the Oklahoma Department of Transportation, and as with all state DOT directors, a member of the American Association of State Highway and Transportation Officials, or AASHTO. On behalf of the state of Oklahoma and AASHTO, we want to thank you for the opportunity to be with you this morning to offer testimony related to the content of Senate Bill 3338 and House Resolution 3999 with regard to increasing the effectiveness of the federal bridge program. In the current form, the proposed legislation seeks overall highway bridge program improvement through increased levels of federal involvement and also focuses attention on several perceived deficiencies in the National Bridge Inspection Program. We would submit that the deteriorating condition of our nation's transportation infrastructure is no secret. It is not the result of lack of federal involvement, a mismanaged investment strategy, or a failed bridge inspection program. In plain terms, it is a result of the failure to provide the necessary financial resources to properly maintain and expand the very system that helped make this country what it is today. An increase in the bridge inspection frequency will only duplicate the documentation of known bridge deficiencies. Just as the creation of a new federally approved 5-year plan will only reemphasize how woefully ill-prepared we are to face the nation's future with a clear knowledge and understanding of the shortcomings of our past. In that context, we would offer the following observations concerning the bill. A risk-based prioritization system subject to the approval of the Secretary affords little opportunity to improve the federal bridge program, but will certainly contribute to another layer of federal bureaucracy. Bridge management systems used in each state are already designed to consider risk-based factors and are being enhanced to incorporate risk-based modeling. The prioritization of bridge rehabilitations and replacements must begin with bridge management and must carefully be vetted by state transportation professionals to ensure that a balanced approach to managing all transportation assets is being implemented. It is unlikely that the requirement for load rating all bridges on the federal aid system every 24 months will yield meaningful information. However, load rating should be reevaluated when the conditions observed in the field have changed significantly from the as-built condition of the structure. Also, the posting of safe load carrying capacities for each bridge indicates that loads rating posted tonnage would be required for all bridges. Posting only such methodology would diminish the effectiveness of posting only those bridges incapable of carrying legally loaded trucks. The development of a new 5-year performance plan for bridge inspection and bridge rehabilitation and replacements to be approved by the Secretary provides no tangible benefit. The bridge inspection program is clearly described in the National Bridge Inspection Standards, NBIS, and the opportunity for federal input and oversight already exists through the review of the approved mandated statewide transportation improvement plan, or STIP. It is safe to say that states already utilize the bridge condition information provided by their bridge management systems, along with a host of other considerations to identify transportation system deficiencies and formulate and prioritize the investment strategies presented in their STIP. A new performance plan provides no new enhanced information beyond that which exists today and does nothing to improve the inspection program or to expedite bridge program or project delivery. Undoubtedly, the National Bridge Inspection Program can be improved upon. However, the focus of any improvement should be with qualitative nature rather than simply quantitative. We would offer the following observations in that support. When determining bridge inspection frequency, structural deficiency is not the true measure of structural integrity and should not be exclusively used as a trigger for annual inspection cycles. Bridges should be and are already placed on a more frequent inspection cycle based on the condition of the main structural members and traffic volumes. The frequency of inspection of fracture-critical members should be based on a documented, in-depth assessment of condition of that member and the amount of truck traffic that is carried by the structure. Truck traffic is the driving force behind fracture-critical member fatigue cycles. Therefore, fracture-critical members with low average daily truck traffic may not need to be inspected at the same frequency as fracture-critical members carrying large volumes of traffic. Ultimately, sound engineering judgment should be used for inspection frequency and determinations for both structural deficiency and fracture-critical bridges. These considerations and judgment are self-evident in the fact that states have implemented inspection frequency of 12 months or less on almost 7,000 of the nation's 25,000 structurally deficient federal aid highway bridges. With regard to possible changes to increase the effectiveness of federal bridge program and bridge inspection procedures, we request your consideration of the following recommendations. The membership of AASHTO Standing Committee, or SCO, is representative of the best transportation engineers in the country and therefore the world. This standing committee, made up of transportation professionals, should be tasked with the evaluation of the bridge program and the National Bridge Inspection Standards in order to return improvement recommendations back to Congress for their consideration. The further consideration of content Senate Bill 3338 and House Resolution 3999 should be limited to the appropriation of $1 billion to be utilized exclusively for the construction contracts to rehabilitate or replace structurally deficient bridges on the national highway system and mandate the obligation of these funds within 18 months of apportionment. In conclusion, we reiterate that the further assessment, inspection, documentation, and prioritization of deficient bridges will not make them better bridges. The only way to begin to reverse the current trends is to substantially increase the federal investment in all facets of our national transportation system, both bridges and pavements. We would be happy to answer any questions.